Thank you so much for coming. Welcome. This is another episode that me and Anita we are collaborating. Chit Chat, Coffee and Chit Chat. And today we're going to talk about sourcing and some tips for you guys if you're looking for sourcing your jewelry to resell. And I'm going to say hello to Anita.
Hi.
Anita,
Oh,
thank
hello.
you.
Thank you for again being inviting me, being co-host with me on this show. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. This is really something fun that I'm enjoying doing, and I hope
Me too.
you're having fun watching.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Hello, Maria and Go Granny. Cool. Yes. Welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. And yeah, today it's about sourcing. And I want to ask Anita, where do you go the most often
Uh,
to source for your jewelry?
the most often it's obvious it's Goodwill that I go to for sourcing.
Hmm.
And I try. That's the most often. But my favorite is uh, is actually the church stores that I like shopping in
Hmm.
because they have a nicer variety of jewelry there, and they're like, because it's a church, they take nicer things there. They are a little bit more when it comes to prices, but they do have better quality items there. So yeah, I do sourcing. My main one is the Goodwill.
Okay, for the jars, it's Goodwill. Do you find jars in thrift stores too, or just in the Goodwill?
Uh, for jars, I find them in Goodwill, and then I also get like, I haven't gotten many recently that I was getting from Shop Goodwill because the
Mhm.
weren't putting as much nice things in their boxes. But
Mhm.
the actually the church store does make some little jewelry. I wouldn't call it jars; they put them in little tiny bags. They sometimes have that as well. That I every time I get those when I see them there, but they don't have them as often. As far as jewelry jars, yes, Goodwill and Shop Goodwill are where I purchase them.
Okay. Let's say hello to Nisha and Maria Larni and Sarah, Tavia, uh, Jean, little Jean, and Perry Yon. Hi, ladies. Welcome to the chat. Um, yeah, so I also go, my main source is Goodwill when it comes to jars. But for individual jewelry pieces, I also go to, we have a thrift store here. It's called Salvation Army. And then I also go to another one. I'm not sure how it's Union Gospel or something. That's a church store. And they have beautiful uh, single items, but they are a little bit more expensive. I noticed that in the church thrift store. And yeah, Value Village. That's another one that I go when it comes to sourcing individual items. And also, I try to go to pawn shops and places that they sell jewelry, like used jewelry, and sometimes you can get a good deal over there too
Mhm.
in the pawn shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's mainly my source. And how much time do you spend, Anita, sourcing your?
Uh, yeah, people. I know a lot of people think that we don't spend a lot of time when it comes to the sourcing, but it does take up a lot of time, a lot of time in our day. I as far I don't source only in the stores. I source online too. So when it comes to like outdoor sourcing, I would say about 2-3 hours when I do go out sourcing, because when you go in there, it takes a lot of time taking every jewelry out, looking through them. Some of them I'll even look up. Some, and especially in the Goodwills, I will look them up if I'm gonna buy individual pieces. But when it comes to like online sourcing, and what I by online sourcing, what I mean is I do look through eBay, and I do look in Poshmark for items as well, things that I know that I can get for a cheaper price, and and basically flip for higher for a high profit. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that takes up most of my time is what happens, because I'll be
Mm-hmm.
on the computer for hours and not notice how fast the time passes. So it does take up a lot of my time sourcing. Yes.
Yeah, sourcing. So, do you think online is a little bit more reliable? It's a reliable source to shop, Anita.
Well, I have, yes, most of the time it is, but I have purchased items where they have written that as 925, and I did receive the item and tested, and it's not sterling. So you will run into those problems. But
Mm-hmm.
what I do look for is lots. If somebody's selling items in lots, like jewelry lots, I don't ever buy craft lots from eBay or shop with Goodwill. I don't buy the craft lots, but
Mm-hmm.
I will buy jewelry if they're selling like let's say 25 pieces, if they're starting it off at 9.99, and I see a piece in there that I know will sell, or there and again you don't know when you receive it. Even with the pictures, you won't know, because you won't know how much wear it has, if it has any scratches, or the
Mm-hmm.
condition of the item. But I will take chances on items that come in lots. I have
Mm-hmm.
that, and I have done well with them. So it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is good to source in eBay as well.
eBay, yeah, that's what I did too. I purchased two lots from eBay, estate sale lots, and they were pretty good, the lots. So yeah, that's if you guys don't have jars in your area, uh, a good place to go. It's online, like Anita said, on eBay, and you can just type estate sales or mixed jewelry lots, but not crafting lots. And you need to
Yes.
be also read the description when they describe the item, when they list the item, and also look at the pictures and ask questions
Yes. Don't be
about
afraid.
items. You don't have to just buy it. So that, from my experience, yeah, you have to read the description and make sure that what they say in the description is kind of it's the same with the pictures. And yeah, but a good place to go is eBay.
Mhm.
And yeah, just type is estate sales, and you will find a lot of listings over there. So you want to say hello to some
Yes.
people, Anita?
Let's see here. We have Mary Larney, Sarah, Tavia, Jean, Perry. I'm pronouncing these right. Patsy, Lisa, Camelia, and Ruth. Thank you for joining us. Uh,
Yes.
I also want to add that I did purchase a few charm bracelet lots um, um, from Poshmark. Okay, I keep forgetting
Mhm.
because I don't go there very often. But they do have some nice items there as well on Poshmark. I did purchase a few charm bracelet lots, sterling silver charm bracelet lots, and the charms were all sterling silver, and so were the bracelets, and I did do really good on those. So Poshmark is a good place also. And if you see more than one item, what you can do is go ahead and make them an offer, and bundle them up, and most of the time they will accept it. So don't be afraid to shop in Poshmark as well when it comes to jewelry lots. Uh,
Mhm.
I have done, and I've done well there as well.
Mhm. Okay. And I also wanted to ask you, are you going to garage sales and estate sales in your area?
Yes, garage sales are my favorite and my dad's favorite. We most of the time we go together, but sometimes he'll go alone. He'll pick up every jewelry he sees. And for me, I'll pick through them. But yard sales are my favorite. And here's a tip: when you go to yard sales, take a loop with you. So if it's something that they're asking a little bit more money, but don't make it too obvious what you're looking for. When they're looking away is when you should look for the marks, and take a magnet with you. If it doesn't stick to the magnet, then look for a mark. Um,
Mhm.
and yes, and I've noticed that yard sales, they do sell big pieces of chunky jewelry, gemstones. Sell them over there for low prices, and if you grab more than a few of them, they will give you a better deal. is what this is another tip. If you see a box of jewelry that they have there and they're just going to put out and they don't want too much for the whole box, grab the box. I've done
Mhm.
that. I've done that a lot of times where I've seen them in a box and I just ask them like, how much do you want for all of it? And if they give me something reasonable, if they ask for something reasonable, I'll just take the whole box. Just think of it as a jewelry jar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just yes.
So let's say hello to Perla and Flipping Hustler. And we have a question from Marie Larni. Do you ship? Do you do shipping in Middle East? If I purchase jewelry rods on your store, let's go ahead, Anita, and then I'll answer.
Well, the farthest I've shipped anything is Canada, but I guess it depends on the item. If it is a high priced item and the buyer is willing to pay for the high, because I know the shipping is going to be really high. If they're willing to pay that high shipping, I will go ahead and do that for them. But because right now, and when it comes to my Etsy shop, everything is listed as USA only. But if there's something in there that you guys really like and you want to purchase, go ahead and send me a question under that item. What I can do is I can change the shipping, the settings on the shipping to include out of state, and I will go ahead and do that if somebody is interested.
Mhm.
For
Yes.
now, it's listed as USA only, but I will if somebody really wants something. Yes.
Okay. So mine, I do ship international. So it depends on the price. It's pretty expensive. So if they're willing to pay, and I shipped craft lots to Canada too, and I know that it's for like 3 pounds of a box for 3 pounds is like $27 to
Mhm.
ship to Canada. So yeah, I do ship international, but it's pretty expensive. So
Yes, yes,
I
it's
do
very
that.
expensive. But
Mhm.
sometimes the buyers are willing to pay the shipping. Then, as a seller, I don't have a problem shipping it as long as the buyer knows that it's going to cost a lot more than what I have listed as shipping. Then
Mhm. And usually on my Etsy store, you can calculate based on the weight of
Mhm.
the package. You can calculate and kind of estimate how much shipping will be. Or if you guys, you can always contact me. I mean, I'm talking about me. I don't know Anita, but you can always email me. And if you want craft lots, then I can make craft lots for you. And uh, I can check at the post office and see how much is it the shipping will be. So
Mhm.
yeah, because we want everybody to have access to
Yes.
our to the jury. Yeah,
Yes, we're willing to. We will, and I'm sure Lucia will agree with this. We will ship out farther out if the buyer is okay with us shipping that item. With the price that they're asking for there. Okay,
hmm
and
yeah.
we have a few more people here. Teresa Mosley, thank you for coming here. We have Todd Flipping Custer. Thank you for coming here and throwing confetti.
Throwing confetti.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
thank you.
if you guys have other sources that or other tips that you guys can you want to share with us, please feel free to because I want to ask the people in the chat
Yeah.
if they have
Where
jewelry jars in the area, or where do they go for jewelry.
Yeah, please put in the chat where you guys do your sourcing when
Mhm.
you're reselling. I know not everybody in the chat is doing jewelry only, and they do other items as well. I'm curious to know where everybody is sourcing, because for us, I guess the main source is the Goodwill for now. For now,
Yeah, so lately, in the last 2 or 3 months, I noticed in my area there was a lot of rummage sales,
Mhm.
and that's also another thing that you should look and you can check on Craigslist. And if you see church sales or rummage sales in your area, those
Yeah,
are also some really nice places to go, and you'll
the
find a lot of
the flea market.
jewelry and other
Mhm.
especially vintage pieces. So yeah, check for rummage sales too in your area, guys, because they're a good source too.
Mhm.
to go and check.
Yes, and flea markets are really good too when it comes to if it's not only jewelry and you sell other items. Flea markets have really good, really good prices. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's another
question.
question from Sarah Khan. Do you make homemade jewelry, or you could do a YouTube video giving us ideas? uh, okay, that's a good idea, but I do not make homemade jewelry right now.
Yeah.
We just repurpose. We are repurposing what we have right now. At least me. I don't know. How about you, Anita?
Well, we just did a video on how we repurpose jewelry, but me as well. I don't know how to make jewelry. I wish I did. I can't even put together a stretchy bracelet. Without, but yeah, that's something that I would really learn how to do to make jewelry or to repair jewelry that's broken, which I don't know how to do either. If something like let's just say if an earring, if if it came apart from the back, I would not know how to put it together. But I do know that a lot of people take classes. I know Michaels gives classes on how to make jewelry that you can go sign up for
Mhm.
classes. They teach you how to make simple things like stretchy bracelets and necklaces and a few beaded stuff. But you can go definitely learn there. And there's some YouTube videos as well that if you write like how to make a stretchy bracelet, how to make a specific kind of jewelry, there are a lot of great YouTube videos that will teach you as well.
Mhm. Yeah. We have another comment here said, I sell my jewelry mostly on Facebook. Do you sell your jewelry? Thank you, Pari, for sharing with us. Do you sell Anita on Facebook?
What I do is I have a Facebook group. It's called "There's Always Room for Jewelry." I don't sell on the group. In the group, what I do is I post the links to where the items are, and I only sell on different platforms, which right now is Etsy, eBay, and basically what I'll do is if I put something new in the store, I'll just share it there and it'll show up, it'll show the new item that I listed. But but I don't do I know a lot of people will post items and their PayPal address and do it that way. I have yeah, I don't do it that way. No. I go through the platforms definitely.
Hmm. Okay, so Teresa said that yard sales are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
That,
agree.
that's
Yeah.
that's actually what we were going to talk about next on what we're going to do when yard sales are closed.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we kind of transition to the next question. So
Right.
when you guys don't have yard sales, what are you guys doing? Because I know, right now it's kind of the season when yard sales are pretty rare. So yeah, what do you do, Anita, when you don't have yard sales?
Before I start, I want to address a flippin' hustler. He said, "It's been a few weeks since I sourced. I'm trying to get caught up before I buy anything else. I go to thrift stores, auctions, estate sales, garage sales over in my area." Yes. Yeah. And yes, I was. That's what I was gonna say next. Is if when yard sales do, when they stop doing yard sales due to weather and winter, is when they'll stop doing the yard sales. But that doesn't stop people from doing estate sales. And what you can do is there's an app. It's called estatesales.net. You can actually put it on your you can actually put the app on your phone, and it'll show you which areas the yard sales are, map it out for you, and even give you directions on how to get there. So what you can do, yeah, that's going to be my next best thing, to go to the estate sales.
Mhm.
I suggest Facebook Marketplace as well. There's Craigslist. There's always Shop Goodwill. There's OfferUp and Let Go. That you can. All of these things are available. The only thing with some of these things are you need to actually go meet the person there to pick up the items or to exchange the money and the item.
Mhm.
But there are many places you can go.
Yeah, let's just say hello to Fairy Vixen. Um, Hi, Fairy. And we have Camelia and Samina.
Mhm.
Camelia, she's writing in Romanian,
Yeah.
and I will translate for you guys. And she said that I would like to watch a video with your personal jewelry collection.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
so
that's a good idea.
that's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, Camelia, thank you. Maybe yeah, we'll do a video next, in the next month or so, and yeah, we'll show.
I've actually done.
Maybe we need three, four, five videos to
That's
show.
what I was gonna say. I've actually done one where it's called "What's in My Jewelry Box," but that was about a year ago, and my jewelry box has gotten a lot bigger. And
Right.
I actually have about 3, 4 jewelry boxes now that I need to do. But that is a great idea. That's something that I would love to do. Show the stuff that I'm keeping for myself and my personal jewelry. Yes.
Yes, we can definitely do a chit chat with our favorite,
Okay.
our favorite stuff, because I have so many in my collection that I cannot show you all of them, you guys. But I can definitely show you a few of my favorites. Teresa was saying that winter time takes me to thrift store, and some jewelry stores have items not picked up that will they will bargain with you. I think that's what she wanted to say. I think,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I noticed in the winter thrift stores are way more. You can notice an abundance in the thrift stores compared to summer, when they when they do also
Yes.
garage sales.
Mhm.
And Fairy Vixen is saying that I haven't had much luck with Facebook Marketplace. I do not go on Facebook Marketplace, so
Mhm.
I don't know. My only source is
Yeah.
Goodwill, the stores, and online. If I need to go, I try estatesales.net, like Anita said, and there is another one, estatesales.org, something like that. So if you sign up, they will send you
Mhm.
email alerts, and they will let you know when they have
Yes.
estate
Yeah.
sales in your area, and that's what I do. I'm trying to stay away from Facebook Market and Craigslist, just because
Yeah.
I'm not sure how safe it is. And uh, that was
Mhm.
another topic that me and Anita were talking about before we came live. How safe it is to to shop on Craigslist or on Facebook.
Yes.
So you want to say something, Anita, about?
Yeah, yes. If you are purchasing items from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and offer up or and let go, you need to be safe when it comes to picking up your items and the meetups that happen. Please go somewhere like a public place. I know a lot of people will meet at the police station. Do not go if they ask you to meet somewhere you're not comfortable with. If you know there's no people, please do not give your address. Don't meet at home. Don't meet at your apartment or your house. You don't want anybody to know your address. I know that there's I don't know exactly where that app is, but there's an app where there's designated places for you to meet. And
Mhm.
I personally would definitely go to the police station. I think that's the safest place to go. And if the person that's selling items to you is selling items in general, knows that these are places that they're supposed to go meet people, and they shouldn't have a problem with meeting there. And if they're you, then if they do have a problem, then you shouldn't be meeting them.
Mhm.
Yes, please go either to the police station or I know my friend Nashana meets somewhere else. Can you put that in there where the other place where people can meet in the chat? But I personally think that the safest is just to go to the police station and just do the exchange there, especially if it's something that's in a higher value. If it's big money, you don't wanna like meet somewhere where this person could just take your money and run. You want to make sure that you're safe as well.
Mhm. And there's another question from Vilon. Hello, Vilon. Anita, I received the brooches I purchased from you on your Etsy shop. They are beautiful. Thank you for the gift.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
sharing.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see here.
Anything else? Do you see any other questions or comments? Anita?
Says, I have sold on the auctions and have no problem people coming by my apartment because they are all local. Melissa is saying that, okay, but yeah, that, see, some people don't have a problem, but I personally would have a problem with somebody knowing where my address is or where I live. I don't know if that's pretty. I don't know if that's safe,
Mhm.
especially that I have kids. And yeah, I don't want people knowing my address. I would just rather, I mean, if you're okay with meeting somebody in your area, maybe a street away or like a couple of streets behind where you live, just don't tell them exactly where you live. That's never a good idea.
Mhm. Yes, to me too. I'm not comfortable giving them my address, and yeah, having so much uh, jewelry in the house, I don't think it's a good idea for them for anybody to know.
Right. You don't want somebody who knows you have a lot of jewelry at home knowing where you live.
Yeah, that was another thing that we were talking about before the show with Anita. Um, our suggestion or what we do is, rent a PO box if you start selling it, jewelry. That's also a good thing to do. Just have a PO box and don't share your address and your personal information
Yes.
with anybody.
Yes,
Excuse
because
me.
the people right now that we're dealing with, the people we know, they're nice people. It's not a problem, with their address, but you don't know everybody and what their intentions are and what their motives are, especially when it comes to your address. You don't know. 'Cause it's better to be. I say it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. Nisha is saying that I meet at grocery stores with sit down areas where you can meet inside and
See,
on camera.
see,
That's an
there you
excellent
go.
idea. Thank you
There
so
you
much,
go.
Nisha.
Thank you, Nishana. That's perfect. See, that sounds very good, very safe. Public place, so you don't have a problem. And yes, definitely when it comes to these places, and I know these places are going to become, uh, there people are going to go more to these places now that winter's coming, and just want everybody to be safe, definitely. And
Mhm.
oh,
Yes.
hello from Utah. Okay, hey
Yes.
Tammy, we have people in the chat from Utah.
Yeah. Tammy and Melissa and Deborah.
Mhm.
Hello. There.
If anybody in the chat is doing like meetups when it comes to Let It Go Offer Up and places like that, please let us know in the chat where you do your meetups. If you do,
Hmm.
I'm
If
curious
we do.
where else people do meetups besides the police station and grocery store.
Yeah, grocery stores. Yeah, it's a very good idea, and especially when you have a camera. So yeah, it is. It's safe. I believe.
Shauna saying, just make sure where you meet is on camera and well lit. Yes,
Yeah, I
definitely.
love it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So, um, do you have any other questions, Anita?
Um, no, I just want like what we can do is because these places a lot of people don't know about them, like the offer up and let go, and
Hmm.
I know most people know Craigslist. What we can do is because they don't have links, we can't really put them into the description of the video, but we will put the names of them in the description of the video when it's uploaded, so you guys can go check them out. And they are free, and they are on your cell phones. You can just go ahead and load them and look at what they have. But when you go pick up items, please be safe when you do that.
Yes. Perla is saying that I have met people at the USPS offices before. Yeah, that's also a good idea. Thank you, Perla.
Yes, yes. See, all good ideas.
All sorts of good
Not
ideas. Yeah.
home, not home. Meet outside. Yeah, meet them outside, not your home. No.
Yes, and also when you go to Goodwills and or thrift stores, what I noticed from my experience, be nice to the employees over there and smile to them and be kind, because it makes a huge difference, especially when you go like every other day or so. People, they will start knowing you, and they will give you tips and a little bit of an information here and there, where to go and how or when. So yeah, just uh, from my experience, if you're nice and kind to people, to the employees, they will help you and they will guide you. Even if you don't,
Yes.
sometimes it happens to me. I go and there are no jars, and I ask, "Are you guys working on any jars, or what's the status?" And they're like, "Oh, come back tomorrow
You
because
will say,
they're working on right now."
yeah.
So yeah, because they know me, and I'm always nice and smiling, and that makes a big difference, you guys. So if
If
I don't know if it helps or not, but it does definitely helps me. What about you, Anita?
it does, it definitely does. When you're nice to people, they're definitely nice back to you, and that's not even just for the Goodwills or stores. Even in art sales, I've noticed.
Mhm.
Smile uh, goes a long way. When you're nice to people and you're smiling and you're in a good mood, that that's how they treat you, and
Mhm.
they will give you good deals. And again, like when Lucia said, when it comes to the jewelry jars, if they don't have it, they will tell you. They can't tell you exactly when, but they will
No.
tell you around what time they will be putting them up. uh,
Mhm.
yeah, but I have had situations where I've gone and it's not there because someone else picked it up. You won't always get lucky, but they will tell you like a time frame to when you should be there.
Yes, exactly. They will tell you, and they, at least in my case, they know me now because I go pretty much every other day. So they
They
sometimes I
recognize.
don't even have to ask anything, and they will just send me no jars today. I said,
Yeah.
okay, when should I come? Uh, they're sometimes they're telling me we don't have jewelry. They don't have jewelry in the bag, so they are not making jars. So yeah, it's worth to ask and be nice to them and smile. I think that's the most important thing. Smile at them, and a big smile will make a big difference.
If, if you go
And
often enough, they'll recognize you too.
mhm, yes, and I don't. To be honest, I notice myself when I go to the garage sales or estate sales, and I'm sad or I'm kind of worried or I don't know, in a different mood. I sometimes I miss stuff or jewelry. I don't see them. I don't know for some reason. So, but when I'm excited and I'm in a good mood and happy, and I'm just then I see a lot of. I buy more
Right.
also when I'm happy. So yeah, that's also something that you should think
We have
about it.
few more people here. We have John Jones. Hi, thank you for coming in. And I see Tammy Chaplin. Thank you for coming in. And I see Nashana saying something. I
Yes.
here at the church thrift store one day a week and my sourcing is taken care of. See, that's also thank you, Nashana. That is also a great idea. If you have free time, do volunteer. You will,
Hmm.
yeah, especially in church stores. If you volunteer, you'll definitely see the items before they go up on the wall on the shelves, and you'll get you'll basically like get a first choice when it comes to items. You can pick out the ones that you want before they put it up, and it's a great way to spend your time as well, volunteering. I'm not
Yes.
saying- I'm not saying every day because we all have families and lives and things.
Yes.
Once a week does sound really good to
Mhm.
do.
Yes. I used to volunteer in a tiger here in my town. The senior centers also.
Mhm.
Or if you go to assisted livings and volunteer, they will also, they sometimes they do have rummage sales over there in assisted livings. So yeah, that's another way to source. Uh, Teresa is saying the only place here in Utah that sells jewelry jars is Savers, mostly junk. Um, Here too, Savers I think is Value Village, right?
Yeah. No.
So
Is it? No,
no.
no, it's different store. But yes, it all depends. Like some places, I've heard that some savers people are getting really good jars. Some savers they're not getting good jars. It depends on the location and what they have to put out. Like over here, I've been to the same Goodwill. One day I get a good jar, one day I get a bad jar from the
Yeah.
same, and I'm gonna upload the video of the one that I recently got, and it's not a very good jar. You'll see that we get our we do get our bad jars as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not always good. It's not always, shiny good things. We do get bad jars as well. We do get broken items as well. So it all depends on, when you go, which store it is, what they have to work with, depending on
Mhm.
what got donated that day and what they're putting in. So
Yes.
you can't like label one store as, okay, that store has all bad stuff. Because one day you might, because I have done that where I went to one store, I got 6 jars in a row, all bad. All of them had to be put into scrap, or they had to be put into craft lots. And then one day I went, and it had like a whole bunch of silver and rhinestone jewelry and all nice things. So you have to try it. It's like a jewelry jar is kind of like a lottery ticket. You don't know what you're gonna get. And
Yeah.
depends on if you're willing to take that chance. That's another reason why I always say don't pay too much for the jars. I know some places have crazy prices. Don't pay too much for them, because you don't know if you're going to get your money back. And if you lose that money and you're not going to be okay with it, I wouldn't risk getting it.
Oh yeah, we have a question from Camelia. What is the most expensive jewelry found, and how much is it worth? Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I think we talked about this
Yeah,
this one. Mine was a King Baby studio necklace.
yeah,
Um, that it was about $800 or so. The
yeah.
value that I sold it was 800, but it was more than 800. So that was my most
Mhm.
most expensive. And Anita, I think you found a diamond. Or
Yeah,
what was
mine,
it?
I found two really good items. One of them was a really old vintage diamond ring from the 1800s. I did keep that one for myself. That's valued at over thousands of dollars. I'm gonna keep that one. And one of them was a $800 to $1,000 Dolce Gabbana rosary necklace, and that one I gifted that one to my sister that for Christmas last year.
Yeah. Thank you, Nisha, for pointing out the question. And yeah, if you guys do not speak English, we were talking with Anita about we would like the questions to be in English so that everybody can understand the questions. And I don't think we have at this point, we cannot translate
Yeah,
the question.
StreamYards. Yeah, StreamYards doesn't have the option.
Yes.
Yes, StreamYards doesn't have that option where the the admins and the wrenches are not able to translate what you're saying. So if somebody's in there saying something not nice, we're not gonna know what it is. Please, yeah, please, please. But I think as far as when it comes to the people that are the ones writing, you have that option to translate. Please translate it before you put it up, because we don't know what's being said, and there's some words that are not allowed to be used in the chat. Some
Yes.
people saying something bad, and we don't want the show to be demonetized. So we have
Or
just
to be
to remove
red
the
flag or something. Yeah.
yeah,
So
we don't want it to be flagged, so we have asked the wrenches to remove those comments. And we understand that you want to be part of the chat. Please, you can always put like a smiley face if you don't have the keypad for English. To put a smiley face or things like that. Please go ahead; it's welcome. But as
yeah.
far as writing that we don't understand, we have asked the wrenches to remove those because of the flags.
Yes. And then we have Brenda, hello Brenda, and Kathy Phillips, and Thelma, hello Thelma, and Kathleen Kraft, um, hello.
Thank you
Uh,
for
any
joining
other
us.
questions? There was another question. Are we related, Anita?
Not that I know of. No, no, we're not really.
No.
We actually met through YouTube, and we've become really great friends ever since.
Yes. So no, we are not related.
We don't think so.
No. I definitely know so.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rose Gionomo, sorry guys, from Canada. Yeah,
Yeah, I've noticed that we're having a lot of people in the chat from Canada, and thank you very
mhm,
much for coming in. Yeah.
yes.
A lot of jewelry lovers in Canada, which is great. Thank you.
Jonathan is saying that he found a 14 karat charm bracelet in a jewelry jar. Good for
Wow,
you. Congratulations.
that's awesome. Yeah, I love it when they find gold in the jewelry jars.
How much jar?
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm curious,
Yeah,
how much did you
I mean,
pay for
when
the
they
jar?
find gold, yeah, it's very exciting when you find gold in the jars. It's like when we go through it, when you go through it, you're kind of hoping in your mind, I hope I find something valuable in here. And when you do find gold, it's very exciting to
It
find gold.
is. Mhm. It is. And also depends, like I said in another video, depends on who's making the jars, because not they don't always, they're not always made by the same person. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's you have to be constant, and you have to keep on buying them, because you never know what's going to
He
be in the
said,
jar. So
he said $15. That's awesome.
yeah. Cool. Well, that was very good,
Yeah,
very good.
like Lucia said, you don't know who's making the jars. Some people will go through them looking for things. Will actually comb through them and take out the silver and take out the gold. And then there's some people who don't know the difference and aren't even sure what silver is, and you'll just put everything in it and close it up. Those are the jars we want.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is Brenda is saying, "Oh my God, I love you both. You'll make me lose sleep. I watch all your videos." So, so thank you. Sorry about your sleep. um, and Deborah is asking, "Do all Goodwill store have jewelry jars?"
No.
Not in my area. Yes, all of the Goodwills they will have jars. Yeah.
Where I live, we have jars too, but I do know that in some states that I've heard from, actually, especially in the group of ladies that say that they've been looking in all Goodwills and they don't have jars. Fortunately, they don't have it in all the Goodwills. So
Mhm.
the next best thing is the shop Goodwill lots. But that I want to suggest don't pay too high for those as well.
Mhm.
They don't have,
Yeah, shop Goodwill or eBay
yeah.
on lots, because they have lots on eBay too. Yes.
Cat,
Any other questions? Oh,
Kathleen.
hi, Kelly. Quite buying them because they should only understand them. Yes, it depends. Kathleen is saying, yes, it depends on who and where you go. So I quite buying them because they should be all honest, and they're not. um, I'm not sure. You're talking, Kathleen, are you talking about the Goodwill or?
Yeah, I
Uh,
think she's talking about the Goodwill jars.
okay. Hmm.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you for coming in.
Yes. Hi, Kelly. Yes.
Yes.
I have a Goodwill in my town, but they don't sell jewelry jars. I have to
Mhm.
drive 30 minutes to another Goodwill. Yeah, I do drive too, sometimes even 40 minutes.
Mhm.
So yeah,
We have John
it's
saying, Anita, that stone tester is going to be a game changer. Yes, and
it is.
just like I said before, it doesn't tell the difference between organic or lab created, but it's definitely a great starter for anybody. It's a great investment to have just to rule out it being glass is still something. You knowing, and then you know which stone it is. It makes a major difference in how you price your items. So it's definitely
Yeah.
an investment.
Hmm. I agree. I invested. I bought mine 5 months ago, I think, and I think it was the best investment that I made because at least I know I'm not selling glass. If it's lab created or not, we don't know, and probably it's impossible for us to go with every single piece of item and test it to a gemologist. That would be impossible for us,
Mhm.
but at least we know that it's not glass. So
Yes.
yeah, I think if you guys are into selling jewelry, uh, a gem tester will be
Hmm.
a good investment, and it will you'll make your money back
Yeah. Hmm.
if yeah, if you want to make a difference. And it's
Hmm.
also, yeah, like Anita said, a difference in the price.
Yes. And I want to
So
mention that lab created gemstones right now, majority of the new companies and gemstone and rings and necklace and things being sold are made with lab created gemstones. And lab created gemstones are still real gemstones. They're just not organic. They have the same properties. It's still a considered gemstone. But when you
Yes.
list the items, just don't use the word precious because they're not made organically, and they are lab created. And if you don't know the difference, as long as you don't use the word precious, you're good to list it as a gemstone.
Yes, and like I told Anita, there is a trend right now. People are trying not to mine the stones anymore, and a lot of the jewelry companies, they are using lab created stones, being more mindful of our resources and not disturbing the mines and the earth, whatever. So yeah, but they're definitely beautiful. I love them.
Yeah, I see here in the chat that people that do have them are happy with their gem testers. Yes, it's
Mhm.
it costs a little too much, but that should definitely be on your wish list. And especially if you sell jewelry, that's something to keep. That's something to definitely get for yourself.
Yeah.
We have
So there is another one. Uh, it pays. Yeah, like Kelly said, it pays in the last. Uh,
yes, exactly. In the
yeah.
last month, it does. It eventually will pay for itself because
Hmm.
you'll be able to list the items as gemstones and rule out the glass ones, and you will make your money back on it.
Hmm.
Um,
Ideas to use when selling. What Jonathan is asking: what are some good ideas for keywords to use when selling or listing jewelry on eBay?
okay.
Um,
Uh, it depends on the item. Like if it's an old item, I would definitely use the word vintage. If it's a gemstone, definitely use the word gemstone. I would even use like the shape. If there's a specific cut on a stone that you're selling, and on if you look on Google, it will show you the cuts. Use the name of the cut. Make sure you in the title. Make sure you write if the item is sterling silver or silver tone, because a lot of people will see the word silver and assume that it's sterling silver. So if you're
uh-huh.
the word silver, either write sterling silver if it is sterling, or write silver tone. That's very important to write that, because if you
Hmm.
use the word silver, a lot of people will assume that it's sterling.
Yes. Yeah, keywords. Vintage is another one, that people are using a lot. Or if you have something with rhinestones, you definitely should use the word rhinestones. Um, yeah, or the name of the stone or the style. Also, a statement necklace or statement earrings or runway pieces that are, chunky, or, that's another good word.
If the piece is Asian, if the piece is native, use those words as well.
Yes. Okay. And yes, good ideas. Okay. Granny is saying I'm asking my kids to do a combined Christmas gift and get me a gem tester.
That,
That's a good
that's
idea.
that's a good idea. Next time somebody asks you what do you want for Christmas, you say, "Okay, you guys can get together, and this is what I want." That's a
Mhm.
good idea. Mhm.
Yes, it's a good Christmas gift idea. Yes, and like Kelly said, it will pay off in the next month, in the first month. Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
Brenda
Yes.
is asking, "Is China silver just as good as Italy?" Silver is silver if it's real silver. But but I don't know, for some reason, the Mexican silver
Hmm.
seems to be something that people are more drawn to. But it's still the same silver. But for some reason, the as far as selling goes, I do notice that my Mexican made in Mexico silver sells really fast. But as far as silver goes, as long as it's real, uh, to me it's the same.
Hmm. Yes, I agree. So silver is silver, no matter what. It's 925 is 925. It's the same composition. The origin of the silver, it's, if it's Italy or China or Mexico, I think depends on the style.
Styles.
Because the Mexican jewelries are different than the ones made in Italy. So it's just about that design and the style of the jewelry. So I don't think it's a difference in the composition. It's just a difference in the style and the design. Uh, and there is another hip flipping mama is asking what kind do you ladies have? Oh, the gem tester. I have Presidium too. I have the same one too. What about you,
Yeah,
Anita?
it's just the same one, Presidium too. But I am thinking about getting, the one that tells the difference between the diamond and the others. I keep forgetting the other stone.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other stone called?
Moissanite.
Moissanite, yeah. So they do also have one that tells the difference between the moissanite and the diamond,
Yes.
and that's on my wish list.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you, Thelma. She's saying, Brenda, if it's Mar 95, test regardless or origins. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely,
Mexican silver
definitely
is
test.
desirable because of the historical cultural design. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they are more unique and more specific, like Southwestern style, and they are more desirable here in America.
Yes, and like Delma said, even if it's marked 925, please still test it because there's a lot of pieces out there that are not real silver, but they are marked. So test the items before you, if you're a reseller, make sure that item is silver before you sell it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions or?
Okay, so we can talk a little bit about Halloween.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're planning on doing kind of like a Halloween special, where we're gonna show not just Halloween but holiday jewelry in general, and talk a little bit about holiday jewelry and just show some of our favorite items. We also want to dress up for Halloween, and if you guys have any suggestions on what we should be and costume ideas, please put that into either the chat or into the comments, and we'll go ahead and look through them. And we want to make something fun for next week. So please let us know if you guys have any suggestions, because I haven't decided on what I want to be yet, but we are gonna do an episode on next Wednesday on holiday jewelry. And
Mm-hmm. Holiday jewelry, not just Halloween, right?
no, no,
Christmas.
no, no, all holidays, yeah. Lucia should be a cat.
Ah,
Brenda is saying Lucia should be a cat.
okay. Can I ask why?
I think because you look cute with the little ears and the whiskers.
Okay. What about Anita?
Yeah. What about me? No. Let's see here. We have a
Now,
question. How about
I
alpaca?
was thinking of being a vampire.
Oh.
Since I am from Transylvania, I should be a vampire, right? So,
Good. I'm gonna be the runaway bride.
that would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So, Brenda, can you please answer why should I be a cat?
Okay.
Before I go and buy my costume.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah,
for
I was thinking of being a vampire, right?
we have a question. Fabricia is asking, how about alpaca? Is that valuable?
Is
Um,
it valuable? Uh, Not
depends
as
on.
valuable as silver, but it's still very Mexican, like Telma said, design. So yeah, there is a market for alpaca. I do sell alpaca, especially earrings. So yes. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. They're not very valuable when it comes like because they're not sterling silver. But there are some pieces that are made like the larger pieces. The more work they have on them, the higher the value goes. But I've seen some really high priced ones.
Yes, and they do have most of them. They do have like abalone or mother of pearl inlay, so they are very pretty, and I think they are valuable. It doesn't have to be silver to be valuable or gold. Yes.
Yep. Rose.
Oh,
Anita,
yes.
the same earrings that you posted yesterday, the ones that look like little skirts, I think they're like rubies and sapphires on the movie Netflix. In the movie, which movie, Rose? Those earrings are in the movie. I'd love,
Okay.
I'd love to know. I'd
Yeah,
love to
you
know
like the movie.
now. That changes everything.
Yeah. She oh, she said, because every time you had cats in your jar, you seem excited and happy. Yeah,
Oh,
because I love them so much. They're so cute.
that's
I have a dog that I can play with every day, every time. But cats, I don't have cats. And yeah, I used to grow up in a farm and we had a lot of animals. And I don't know, like 10
mm,
cats around us. So yeah, I love them. So yes, I am excited.
Granny. Granny Go is saying you should surprise us. Okay, well we'll do that then.
Okay, we should surprise you guys.
That's nothing scary.
Okay, so definitely I won't be a cat.
Okay,
Okay.
guys.
I think, yeah. If anybody has any other questions, if not, we're gonna um, wrap up and say goodbye to you. We'll see you guys next week on Anita's channel next Wednesday. I will leave the links. I don't think I did the links in the description. Sorry about that. But I will, as soon as we ended up here, I'll go and have and post the links for Anita's channel. And yeah, thank you so much for coming and for the chit chat. I do really enjoy uh, connecting with you guys, and I hope um, to see you next time.
yes, thank you.
Anita?
Thank you everyone again for coming in and joining us. And I want to thank everybody. And yes, please join us again on Wednesday for our Halloween episode. And I'll there. Thank you so much. Bye everyone.
Okay, bye. Thank you so much for coming.